Hey guys, it's me. I'm in a different setup. I'm in my dining room instead of my bedroom because I've just finished a film, so I thought I'd review it. It is called Sleepaway Camp. It was released in 1983, and the plot goes, her name's Angela, and she goes to this summer camp with her cousin Ricky because of her auntie's like, oh, go to this summer camp, it'll be fun, and the auntie's like, messed up. So they go and a bunch of things happen. Angela gets bullied because she's quiet and doesn't speak. She then hooks up with this guy called Paul, who's a bit of a dick. But then turns out she's a killer who is actually misgendered. She was born a boy and she used to have a sister and a dad, but both of them were killed in a boating accident and she's the only one left alive. I'm going to use she because that's how she's presented throughout most of the film. Her auntie is like crazy as shit. She is like messed up. She's like, oh, since I have a boy called Ricky, I'm gonna make you a girl called Angela and you can't say anything. And she was just like, she is traumatized and effed up. She gets bullied, she gets hit on, and overall I don't blame her for killing the people she killed. I gave this film 3 stars. I was originally gonna give it 4, but the negatives outweigh the positives, so let's go through with the negatives first. The acting was mediocre as well as over the top. It was just very typical of like one of them B movies that are really, really bad. Let's get into Judy.
I'm going in tonight.
She acting like an addict, thicker than Andy Richter.
I absolutely loved her. She was one of the best actresses for me, as well as this character called Meg, because both of them pick on Angela, and Angela's like this quiet, you know, she's obviously been traumatized, and those two do really well. I know of this film because my sister introduced me to it and I watched a few clips, so I know how it was going to end. I knew the plot twists, I knew some of the characters, so it is a bit of a biased review. There is a lot of gender stuff in this, and obviously because she's forced to be a girl, present as a girl, voice as a girl, like the actress was played by a girl, but due to her mother, the actress's mother, being like, oh, I don't want my daughter to be in the killing scenes, they had to face swap the daughter, like the person, the girl who's playing Angela, and crop it onto a boy's body so you see a boy's pee-pee. There is sexuality brung up in this as well, because obviously she's conflicted, she's torn, she has to present as a girl, so she has to pretend she's attracted to boys, which brings Paul, a very dislikable character for me. At the start I was like, oh yes, Paul, get in there, Paul, you support Angela, and then he hooks up with Judy and Judy's like,
what is that? He called you... What was it? He called you potent or something.
There is one positive. They sort of bring in a bunch of different age ranges. Some of the people who go there are like old, like the kids who go there are like, look, teenage, like 18, and some of them look like 12, which is a positive and a negative to show that camps are inclusive. There's also a bit of a negative because it's like you're supposed to be summer camp kids and some of the 13-year-olds look like they hook up with the 18-year-olds. It's a bit weird. I knew of the ending, I knew of the plot twist, but it's just, it suddenly cut off. Like it didn't show if she got arrested, if any of the other camp people survived. It didn't show anything. It showed booty. It showed a lot of booty, and I was like, oh, okay. But honestly, Judy, none of yous understand how much I like Judy. The death was actually kind of violent. It implies that Angela, because obviously Angela doesn't like Judy because Judy's bullied her throughout most of the film. So she goes in, slaps Judy, and then Angela smothers her while getting an eye curling thing for your hair and ramming it into her downstairs. It's implied. You see the shadow aiming downwards. I'm like, oh. It sort of reminded me of the death of, what was it called? That film. Oh, it's annoying me now. The one where them kids get hacked by the ghost girl who got bullied. That's another thing. The amount of nonces in the film. A guy gets burnt in the kitchen and he's a nonce. Like he's going to whip out his pee-pee for Angela. One of the camp leaders, it's suggested that he was going to hook up with the camp counselor, Meg. She was like,
I'll come meet you at yours at 9:30.
Honestly, it's an absolute roller coaster. And I'm trying to collectively give a good review. It's just, honestly, it was so weird. I will put the link in like I always do for all my reviews. And go and give it a watch, honestly. Go and have a drink. Bring your friends over and watch Sleepaway Camp.